The world is a troubled place. We must find time to save the human race. Love, unity, and empathy has no place among the human race in this transition. When we live in love and harmony and show respect with unity, only love can set us free to fight injustice wherever it be. Just said the hungry must be fed, but man can't live by only bread. We have the future in our hands. Let's take the track to the promised land. Jamaica, Ethiopia, America, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, from the middle of the graveyard to the center of the sea. Our ancestors, are you and me? We are the great ones. From the beginning of time, we have the heart, the soul, the body, and the mind. Calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling. United we stand, divided we fall. All for one and one for all. Some never know themselves until them back against the wall. Jamaica, Haiti, Nyankopong a call, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong. Praises to the great one. Praises of our nation. Yes. Grand rising. I am doing multitask tonight. Let me add everyone to the platform. Grand rising to Sister Angela, grand rising to Brother Danny, Brother Earl, Brother Nigel, and Brother Kareem. Grand rising. Hope the item did not get thrown off yesterday with the um cancellation of class yesterday. We are working on a situation with Ambassador Michael that is the burning issue. One of our brother has been kidnapped, so you know the government focus is to have him released because it's a serious situation. None of us don't like getting incarcerated. All right, yeah, we're waiting on some more of the brothers and sisters to join. Dr. Judith, she should be on board tonight alongside Sister Lana and High Chief Gary and Crystal. Before I go any further, um, everybody's aware of what happened to Ambassador Michael, right?
Yeah, man, well, we're
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, well, they'll bring
No,
out
and
tonight.
he called me with it, and
Go ahead.
Mr. Call from him, I never return it still. Mr. Call from him, I didn't return it. I should have returned the call from him still, Because more time he used to talk to him. You never know.
He is. And then him send out a voice note, and he is in good health, but you know, it is a work in progress, you know. So we don't like them energy are kind of like throw us off, but we have to be strong. I see out of these things, good can come, and
Yeah.
yeah, I s- I see a lot of people coming together. Yes, you know what I mean, but you know, Ambassador Michael is very important. We have a voice note. I don't know if I play it, you will hear it, but uh,
I
it's a
heard
voice.
it.
You heard the voice note?
Yeah. And I read some documentation that was written as well.
Yes, a few things is being put forward so we can do it. You know. All right then. Our Chief Gary has just sent out a text to me telling me that he is about 10 minutes away. But seeing that we're here, I think it's very important we study the UCC code. I think it is one of the reason why we are getting into some of these obstacles. And also, Dr. Judith was asking about the age of maturity. I send it back, I think, in the classroom as an example where we can work on that. So we will work on that on the latter part of the class today if Dr. Judith come and we can help her through. But in the meantime, I think the UCC that we have been studying need to get some more insight. So until High Chief Gary come into the classroom, I'm going to continue from where we left off at the UCC. And I need at any time while it's playing, if you need to interject, please interject. This is about dissecting a message that is out there and we need to understand it fully, not partially, but fully. Because I'm telling you, a lot of the things that is in the UCC is what we need to use as our um, weapon when it comes down to fighting the corporation and how it deals with us. All right, so
You know,
let's get
brother, before you play, I went
yeah,
to
go
a
ahead.
corporation today and I was using my document as my ID, and they keep stressing about it's not us, it's the system. There's certain documents that you have to produce. I said I haven't got anything else apart from this. So I take up my bank card. They said, oh, you have a bank card. I said, but my picture isn't on the bank card. My address is not on the bank card. So I said, can I speak with the manager or the supervisor? The manager came out, and I spoke with the manager, and they went on the system and they do what they do, and they have to use it and as my ID in the end. So I give Nyankopong thanks for that. My donkey.
Yeah, we are ex- it is listen me. You know, this is the last breath that is left within the corporation, and we are going to give them credit for what fighting to the very last drop. But victory is ours, you know. I will not claim defeat because one idiot stand up in front of me. I'm going to find another vessel that is good. Yo, our push is the mere fact that we do not take denial. We refuse to be conquered. We come like our ancestors, tough, and we are the ancestors who, when everybody say nothing a go on, we laugh and say something a go on. At the bloodline that we have, call it what you may. But at the end of the day, we are stand on our feet. So the UCC is giving us rights and telling us about our rights. And we have some people out there who want to prove the UCC wrong. Let them be the one until till when their day of reckoning come, when them are gonna come and try seek the refuge of the UCC.
Only applies to international contracts. Now we can see what jurisdiction the seatbelt laws are under. Whenever there is a penalty for failure to perform, that is Admiralty merits, we realize that there are certain secrets they don't want to admit, and we can use this to our benefit. Section 9. Jurisdiction. The Constitution of the United States mentions 3 areas of jurisdiction in which the courts may operate. Section 10. Common law. Common law is based on our Creator's laws as initially presented by Moses. Anytime someone is charged under the common law, there must be a damaged party. You are entitled under the common law to do anything you please as long as you do not infringe on the life, liberty, or property of someone else. You have a right to make a fool of yourself, provided you do not infringe on the life, liberty, or property of someone else.
Everybody understand, right, what a common law jurisdiction lies as far as you operating. You cannot be charged for a crime if there is no victim under common law. We understand that fully?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yep,
If
yep.
if there is no victim, there is no crime. But listen to the second part of this now, how the corporation function. Because would you agree that laws and codes are not the same?
Yep.
Agree.
Yes.
Law, the law is LAW, land, air, and water. Codes are what the corporation make up and say it's legal, but legal is not lawful. Okay.
The common law does not allow for any government action that would prevent a man from making a fool of himself. For instance, when you cross the state line, you will probably see a sign that says, "Buckle your seatbelts, it's the law." This cannot be common law because who would you injure if you did not buckle up? Nobody. This would be a compelled performance. But common law cannot drive performance. Any violation of common law is a criminal act that is punishable. Section 11. Equity law. Equity law is the law that compels performance. It compels you to perform to the exact letter of any contract you're under. How to free yourself from legal tyranny. Page 12. So, if you have compelled performance, there must be a contract somewhere, and you are being made to perform under the obligation of the contract. Now, this can only be a civil directed by action, not criminal. In equity jurisdiction, you cannot be tried criminally, but you can.
Everybody catch the ball over a fence a while ago is a boundary that when him say that you cannot be tried in a civil court if it's a criminal offense. And what is a criminal offense? When you have a victim, right?
Yeah.
So there is
Yeah.
2 courts. There is civil court and there's criminal court. But do you know the difference? When them give you a ticket, what kind of court is that?
Civil.
Civil.
Then why them carrying a criminal court?
No
Because
victim.
they're criminal.
And if you don't know that is a civil court, you don't know the difference between a civil court and a criminal court, that is when your right is taken away, right? Because you're going to stand in front of a judge in a criminal court asking you if you're guilty, where is the victim? Where is the victim? If it's a civil court and you're charged, there is a victim. That simply means that a living man or woman bring a charge against you. They're charging you in a criminal court without a victim. This is very tricky, people.
Can't be compelled to perform to the letter of the contract. If you then refuse to serve as the court, you can be charged with contempt of court, and this is a criminal action. Are our seatbelt laws equity laws? No, they are not, because you cannot be penalized or punished under equity jurisdiction for not keeping to the letter of a contract. Section 12. Admiralty or maritime law. Admiralty is a civil jurisdiction of compelled performance, which has criminal penalties for not adhering to the letter of a contract, but this only applies to international contracts. Now we can see what jurisdiction the seatbelt laws are under. Whenever there is a penalty for failure to perform, that is Admiralty maritime law, and there must be a valid international contract in force. However,
What kind of law that is again with seatbelt? What kind of law it is?
Admiralty.
Admiralty law.
All right. So admiralty law, does that apply to living man and woman?
Nope.
Admiralty law
No,
is what kind of law?
International contract.
What a law.
off the
It's
sea.
maritime law.
Yeah.
Yes. So all of these laws are laws of the sea. Do you live on the sea?
Nope.
So how come the law of the sea is governing the land?
Criminal
Something,
people.
yeah, something,
Something
right.
fishy.
From the sea. Fishy very real.
Something smell around there, so something smell. And then why you feel comfortable with the stinking fish smell, you know?
Yeah.
Cause you know to talk, you know to talk.
Mm.
Hello, Crystal, Grand Rising. You're not supposed to talk. We are supposed to take it. But we are not taking it like that because we know that the laws that we stand on is the laws that govern them. But the statutes and codes that they are charging our corporation under is not law. It is legal, but it's not law. And we have to know how to address these situations lawfully. Not legally, but lawfully.
The courts want to avoid admitting that they are operating under Admiralty maritime jurisdiction, so they took the international law or law merchant and adopted it into our codes. This is what the SC decided in the Erie Railroad case, that the decisions would be based on commercial law and that there would be criminal penalties associated with it. Since judges were instructed not to call it AM jurisdiction, they call it statutory jurisdiction. I looked for statutory jurisdiction in the 4th edition of Black's Law Dictionary. It's not there. So I looked up statute, and under its definition is this paragraph. This word is used to designate the written law in contradistinction to the unwritten law. Foster versus Brown, 199 GA 444, 34S.E.2D, 535 C Common Law. The UCC Connection, page 13, section 13, Courts of Contract. You may ask how we got into this situation where we can be charged with failure to wear seatbelts and be fined for it. Isn't the judge sworn to uphold the Constitution? Yes, but you must understand that in art, sect 10, the Constitution gives us the unlimited right to contract as long as we do not infringe on the life, liberty, or property of someone else. Contracts are enforceable, and the Constitution gives 2 jurisdictions where contracts can be enforced: equity and admiralty. But we find them being enforced in statutory jurisdiction. This is an embarrassing part for the courts that we can use.
Anybody saw that boundary a while ago? Equity and what again? The 2 contract laws that can bound you. What are they again? Equity.
Maritime and equity.
So what is that equity that they have on you? You know what that equity is?
Probably the bonds with the addresses and stuff like that.
Oh, your birth paper, your bond paper. That is the equity, because that is a vast amount. You know, say you are walking cash. That is how come the police is working now, you know, and the government. You are a walking cash cow. And that's why when them see a walking cash cow, them try to kidnap it. Cause when them kidnap you now and have you in a for them jurisdiction, everything we're supposed to go to you and them can sign up for it, you know. Now you become a full product. The equity that they talk about. And that's why if your documents are not securely taken care of in your estate, you are up for grabs.
Used to box the judges into a corner in their courts. We will cover this more later. Section 14. Contracts must be voluntary. Under the common law, both parties must enter every contract knowingly, voluntarily, and intentionally, or the contract is unenforceable and void.
So we all entered to a contract knowingly, did we? Did you?
No, we never enter into the
No.
Oh,
certificate knowingly.
no,
No,
yeah. Hold
not intentionally,
order, please, order.
not voluntarily.
All you grown folks here did not ask for this company, this estate that you have, this bond paper that you
No,
have. You didn't ask for it.
nope,
No,
So,
we didn't ask for it.
nope.
so you hear what they say
Nope.
then. If you never go into contract with them, what are they actually operating?
Fraud.
Oh,
Fraud.
Fraudulently.
bro, I have to do the lessons like this tonight because I think it's very important now that we see that they're double downing on their fraud. And the reason why they're double downing on their fraud is because they find out that most of us have buy into the fraud. We do not rebel. And this is giving us a prime reason to be victorious. Because the minute some of us or all of us start to rebel, the fraud go to the fraud up, right?
Mhm.
These are characteristics of a common law contract. There is another characteristic. The contract must be based on substance. For example, contracts used to read, for $1 and other valuable consideration, I will paint your house, etc. That was a valid contract. The dollar was a genuine silver dollar. Now, suppose you wrote a contract that said, for one Federal Reserve note and other considerations, I will paint your house. And think, for example, I painted your house the wrong color. Could you go into a common law court and get justice? No, you could not. How to free yourself from legal tyranny. Page 14. No substance, no contract. You see, a Federal Reserve note is a colorable dollar as it has no substance, and in a common law jurisdiction, that contract would be unenforceable. Colorable, that which is in appearance only, and not what it purports to be. Hence counterfeit, feigned, having the appearance of truth. Section 15. Colorable money and colorable courts. The word colorable means something that appears genuine but is not. Maybe it looks like a dollar, and perhaps it spins like a dollar, but if it is not redeemable for lawful money, it is colorable. Fiat, fake, false. If a Federal Reserve note is used in a contract, then the contract becomes a colorable contract. And colorable contracts can only be enforced under a colorable jurisdiction. So, by creating Federal Reserve notes, the government had to make a colorable jurisdiction to cover the kinds of contracts that use them. We now have statutory jurisdiction, which is not a genuine admiralty jurisdiction. Judges are enforcing a colorable admiralty jurisdiction because we are using colorable money.
Can anybody explain what the man just said a while ago in layman term? Color of law, colorable money, colorable jurisdiction. Can anybody explain that in common language to me? What is colorable law?
Fraud.
Yeah, I know it's
That
fraud, but
what is not real. Looks real, but it's not real.
Something what appears, it looks real. It looks real,
It
but it's
looks
not.
real, and they want you to pretend that it's real and go with
uh,
it.
you're partially right, but it's more tangible than that. Colorable jurisdiction. What is colorable jurisdiction?
Like an imitation of something, like fiat money, promissory note, all of that, imitation of something that have no value really behind it.
You remember? You remember when he said a while ago that you are operating off a bond paper, and the bond paper become a jurisdiction within money, because money, the bond is worth money. So colorable law now, it in a financial way, as we say, is the rating of, like, you will say America. America, as in the continent color of American law, is rated as number one. China, because of its color law and holding the excess amount of bond paper, because the bond paper is what they use to do business with each other. So it's a law. And then now, wherever the bond paper go, it carry a jurisdiction with it that give it power. Listen keenly what I'm saying. I think I Chief Gary is telling me that he is almost ready. So we have about 5 more minutes. Let me play it. We need this to dissect properly.
Colorable admiralty is now known as statutory jurisdiction. So let's see how we got under the statutory jurisdiction. Section 16, Uniform Commercial Code. The government established a colorable law system to fit their colorable currency. It used to be called the law merchant or the law of redeemable instruments because it dealt with paper, which was redeemable in something of substance. But once Federal Reserve notes had been declared unredeemable, there had to be a system of law that was ultimately colorable from start to finish. The UCC Connection, page 15. This system of law is codified as the Uniform Commercial Code and has been adopted in every state of the Union. This is a colorable law used in all of the nation's courts. I explained one of the keys earlier, which is that the country is bankrupt and we have no rights. If the master says, jump, the enslaved person had better jump because the master has the right to cut off his head. As enslaved people, we have no rights. But the creditor's masters had to cover up that fact, so they created the system of law called the UCC. This colorable jurisdiction under the UCC is the key to understanding what has happened. Section 17, Contract or Agreement. One difference between common law and the UCC is that in common law, contracts must be entered into knowingly, voluntarily, and intentionally. Under the UCC, this is not so. First, contracts are necessary, but under the UCC, agreements can be binding. If you only exercise the benefits of an agreement, it is presumed or implied that you intend to meet the obligations associated with those benefits.
What was I just saying a while ago about judicial color law? You hear what I'm saying a while ago? When your birth paper is held as a collateral, it can be used as a bargaining chip. So the governments now, because the UCC, when they have bounding contracts, like to use your birth paper as collateral, they can enter into agreements. And these agreements now, like for instance, they will use your bond paper to gather money from the IMF. But that money from the IMF also have an agreement in it where these bond money must not be spent to build schools or hospitals, just roads and hotel. It is a very tricky thing when it comes on to what the UCC gives us right under and how the corporation manipulate the UCC and try to make some little ways in it where your bond paper, the matter say you don't really have a straw man, because if the government supposed to pay you money from off of the resources that the country is making a profit off of, but it does not. That is what is the fraud. Because we did not ask the government to give us our registration paper. It is naturally because we are the greatest asset of the land. For you to, we are the owners of the land. Anything that harness from the land, we're supposed to get a profit from it. And if you notice, even in America, they try to give you something called tax return, but it's not tax return. Before 1933, everybody usually get something in the post box. And this would have been something where if it's from the coal industry, everybody would get a cut out of it because this is how you are established. This is how your wealth is established. I hope we're fully putting the pieces together.
If you accept a benefit offered by the government, you must follow every statute involved. So their method is to get everybody exercising a benefit, and they don't even have to tell the people what the benefit is. Some people think it's the driver's license, the marriage license, birth certificate, etc. I believe it's none of these. Section 18. The compelled benefit. I believe the benefit being used is that we have been given the privilege of discharging debt with limited liability instead of paying debt with substance. When we pay a debt, we offer substance for substance, equal value for equal value. How to free yourself from legal tyranny.
I think High Chief Gary is here. High Chief Gary, I was just sharpening up our skills when it comes on to the UCC. These are and the ILO. We're going to start make these things a part of our class. I think it's very important that we sharpen, because even inside of the belly of the beast, we still have a sharp knife. We must have a sharp knife. All right. So, without any further ado, I turn it
Before you
over.
go any further,
Yes.
I went and did some research today on two pieces of properties. And believe you me, the UCC codes was all over inside of that computer.
Yeah.
Different UCC codes. So yeah, everything is run by the UCC codes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hi, Chief Gary Grand Rising, and under the circumstances, glad to see that you still put out the love for the brothers and sisters and still here. I thank you so much, and we shall have mean we're victorious. So, without any further ado, Grand Rising and welcome.
Grand Rising family. Sorry I'm late, family. I get caught in the traffic here. I tell you, the traffic here in Panama for a small country of 4 million, it can be real intense. You can see 5 minutes in front of you where you need to go in out, but it can take you a good half an hour just to get there. But yes, family. All right. So hope everybody's doing well. You got a little teaching there, a little sword sharpening from the high priest. The sword can never be sharp enough. The sword can never be sharp enough. And you're seeing all the trickery that goes on. Yes, as the IT mentioned. So listen, when the IMF allocates lend money, is your money they're lending, and with a profit, it'll be different enough. Them tell us, listen, you'll get a profit off of this money because me thief your identity. And we're going to business and we can renegotiate a new contract. So you can't build no schools, nothing to educate the people to come up and take back this. You got to build roads, you can build a few other things, and then you must sign over your water rights and all your electricity, your utilities. This explains why the electricity is so expensive in Jamaica. And even worse, when they default on the loan, oh my goodness. Anyway, I want to pause it right there. Yes, family. So today we are on the nutritional journey. Now it's important, like I said, a nation that knows how to utilize correct nutrition will be a healthy nation. Make food work for you instead of against you. So we want food to be enjoyable, and it should be. But at the same time, you should also eat responsibly. So I put up some things here. Just make it a little bit more fun and a little bit more versatile and a little more universal. So we're gonna go into things because I know you all like your bread. I know you like your bread. You know, I like my bread here now and then too. But guess what? You can actually have bread without all the bromelain in it, all of the yeast, and all of that other bad stuff, preservative in there, and that flour. By the way, that flour you're eating, that's grounded up pig um, pig joints and all that. Story for another day. But I priest, without further ado, let's make some bread here. If you can roll the tape, please.
Hi, welcome to Ty's Conscious Kitchen. Today I'm trying to make alkaline electric fruit punch. And the items I'm using are currently on Dr. Save's Nutritional Guide, and they are agave, peaches, cherries, strawberries, blueberries, and spring water. So let's begin. First step, we're going to take some fruit. I'm using frozen fruit. You could use fresh fruit if you like. And you use any approved fruits. I'm just using the strawberries, the peaches, cherries, and the blueberries. Then we're going to add some spring water, about a cup or so. Then we're going to add the agave. And we're going to blend for about 30 seconds on high. So after about 30 seconds of blending it, now we're going to strain the fruit mixture. Now this is an option if you want to remove any small particles. Just take a little spatula, move it around. You can see there's a little bit of fruit particles. So after we strain our fruit mixture, I put it in a pitcher. I'm going to add some more water to it and some ice. I'll give it a stir. Now it's ready to serve. And there it is, alkaline electric fruit punch. It looks delicious. And it tastes delicious. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.
Okay. Okay. Well, sorry about that, family. We're gonna bring the
Sorry.
bread ready. We'll save that for another time. But this is one of my go-to drinks because
Can I,
at this time, at this point, none of us should be drinking any sodas, no sugar and water,
yeah.
none of those false beverages. That is alkaline. That is, and let me tell you something, that tastes so good. And that recipe, if you want to give it a little bit more kick, you can add some more limes in there just to give it a little bit more like a tanginess. I like it a little bit tangy. Man, I'm telling you, it is so good.
Just the other day, I bought some fruit, and I would encourage our brothers and sisters, freeze your fruit. Put your fruits in the freezer and freeze them. God, trust me, when you freeze them and you reuse them and said energy you get it, do not put them in the fridge and let them spoil. Because some of these fruits are, they're not getting the right zest of energy as though they would on the ground where we from. So, they're easily rotted.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
freeze
yeah,
them.
yep, definitely.
I have a question though. After, isn't there like a time period where you can use stuff before the enzymes die and it's not efficient for us?
In terms of frozen, or you're
Both
talking
frozen and even blend, because I know people like to blend up their juices, but to me, I like to blend it and use it within 24 hours because after I think the enzymes die out.
Oh.
no, as far as I know, when it comes to frozen, that's the name of the game is to put it's in suspended animation.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's retaining pretty much, maybe not all of it, but a good portion of the nutrients. Not to mention that, like I said, it's economical. You won't waste as much money, and you'll be a lot more efficient. As well as when you're making your juices and stuff like that. just by dropping that frozen fruit. You don't have to add no ice because you got your automatic ice right there. But I've never had a problem in terms of mineral deficiency in terms of using frozen fruits. But you know, when it's fresh fruit, like now, for example, you guys are in your summertime, so you know, try to eat a lot of fresh fruit. Like for example, now it's watermelon season. If I'm correct, if I stand to be correct, where you guys are.
Oh no no
Yes,
no
it
no.
is.
Mango season now.
In
Mango.
Jamaica, you're in
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Jamaica. It's mango season.
Yo, mango in
What?
I. Yesterday I go pick up some sweet from Boston. I'm gonna show you one. Up here, a mango.
I can't tell you.
Yeah.
When it comes
Um,
to that nutrient thing there, Crystal, I think it's when you're making like your green juice in the for the morning, the cleansing one. That's the
mhm.
one that gives a lot more of nutrients, more
Yeah.
definition.
But even so, when you make the green juices, you can freeze them out too. Yeah, if you lose a little bit, it's okay. But you're gonna get that, like, you know, over time. You know, we want to keep it as close as shore as possible, and we also want to add in something which is called convenience, because you know, oftentimes we're very busy, and yeah, in a perfect world, you make it randomly, but mix your frozen. Start utilizing that. It'll make things much more convenient for you. So make a good make things in large batches and freeze them, and you
And
can use the rest. I promise you, you're not gonna lose all that. In some cases, right, the food actually tastes better because what happens is the molecules get to fuse together. You ever notice what they call it? They used to call it leftovers.
mhm.
Leftovers had a big bad rap for quite some time, but when you go into the supermarket, that's what you're looking at. Everything is leftover. Was it there yesterday? Yes. There's leftovers. There's fresh leftovers, and then there's leftovers that's already cooked and processed. So make your juices. Now, I want to tell you something too. Now, that particular fruit punch is multi-purpose. That what you're looking at also is a sea moss infusion.
Mm.
You want to enjoy your sea moss? It all comes down to your infusion. What do you infuse in your sea moss? That one is amazing. I promise you. If you got children, especially, they will be running to the fridge. They'll want that before you even get to it. It tastes so good. That's a sea moss infusion right there. And again, when you make your sea moss infusion, make the big jars. Make a couple of them, 2 or 3 of them, so you don't have to be making it all the time. That's an excellent infusion, and that's an excellent juice. If you got kids, especially, they're gonna love it, and you're gonna be saying, "Wow, this thing is alkaline. It's healthy." Yes, and that particular recipe, there is a lot of different ways that you can take it too. So keep that in mind. All right. Any questions on that fruit punch?
But I got the bread one ready now.
All right, you guys got your butter ready? You guys have your anchor butter ready? You know, crazy about it. Get your fresh anchor butter right here. Anchor butter. Get your fresh
Avocado.
anchor butter.
Avocado, avocado. And I was gonna say, I am making my own bread, and I'm using avocado, and it tastes so nice.
Perfect. There you go. There you go, guys. There is the butter, one of the butter equation right there. Saw the avocado right there. You get the creaminess. And then you put some salt and some pepper, and you can put a little garlic powder, a little onion powder, and it's even better than the butter. You can even put a little bit of thyme in it too.
But I want to ask a question. The avocado becomes very dark after you mix it out. And I was trying to find something to make it remain in its green, beautiful color. But the
Lime
avocado,
juice.
lime juice.
Lime juice, yes.
Lime, yeah.
Yes, lime.
Stop the
The
oxidation.
acidity. Keep it nice and Yeah, same thing with your, if you have apples and things like that, if you cut it up, to stop it from being brown, just rub the lime over it.
Okay. Okay. And is there a length of time that you keep your avocado? Because I crush out my avocado and I keep them like 2 3 days, but I don't like keep them longer. But the power is there in it. The avocado comes just like the butter, and I whip it out as creamy as I can, But I am still mindful that it is a fruit and it have acid in there, and the acid or the molecules who are working where it can change. But I am concerned that if I keep it too long, it can be a bit dangerous. Should I?
No, you can hold it for a while. What you can do too, you can combine it. You can take it the route by adding some coconut milk, excuse me, coconut oil. You can put some thyme in it because thyme is a natural preserver, as well as rosemary. You know, our ancestors used to preserve mummies by using thyme and rosemary. They are amazing. Thyme, rosemary, and bay leaves. They are amazing processors for elongating shelf life. So you can make your butter. Don't just be creative. You can make your butter. Make your butter. Add a little. I promise you, a little salt, a little pepper, a little thyme, a little rosemary. Ooh. And a little. You can put a little. You can put some coconut oil to that and whip it up together. And if you can just sprinkle just a little squeeze of lemon juice on it. Man, you're gonna be like, man, I warned you. You've been warned. You've been warned.
Okay. Okay.
No
Uh,
response, but nothing.
yeah, yeah. When I'm in my kitchen, I'm like a scientist. So
That's exactly what you hit it right on the head there, high priest. That's exactly what we should be.
all
All
right,
right.
let's get the bread. I
Hi, welcome to Ty's Conscious Kitchen. Today I'm making an alkaline spelt bread. And the items I'm using are currently on Dr. Safe Nutritional Guide, and they are spelt flour, agave, sea salt, sesame seeds, and sparkling spring water. So let's begin. We're going to start off with 4 cups of spelt flour. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of sea salt. We're going to blend it so it can blend very well. Then I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of agave. So next step, I'm going to take a little bit of grapeseed oil and I'm put it on the dough hook. So this helps so the dough doesn't stick to it. And next thing we're going to take some sparkling spring water. We're going to add 1 cup at a time, total of 2 cups. We're going to blend it. So make sure when you scraping the sides, be careful if the mixer is on. Make sure you scrape the sides so all the ingredients can be blended. And then you're going to let it blend on a medium speed for about 5 minutes. And if the dough is too sticky, I like to add a little bit more flour to it until it's nice and dry. So after about 5 minutes of kneading the dough, we're going to actually put it in a loaf pan that I coated with some oil and flour. I also like to take a little bit of oil, put on my hands so I can work with the dough. Or you can use flour also because it's very sticky. You take it and pretty much put it in there. Push it down. You may want to push some of the air bubbles out of it. And I also like to add some sesame seeds to the top of it. You can add any other herbs, but that's all optional. And then I like to cover it up for about an hour before I bake it. So after an hour, I let my dough set. Rise a little bit. I'm going to put it in the oven at 350. So after about 55 minutes in the oven, the bread is done. So after I let the bread cool down, go around the edges with a butter knife, make sure it doesn't stick. Actually comes out pretty nice and easy. Take a bread knife and cut it. See what it looks like. Looks nice. So there it is, alkaline spelt bread. It looks delicious. And it tastes delicious. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.
Oh man, I warned you. I warned you. Now you're all in trouble because guess what? I know we all like our bread up here. So what you are looking at with that bread, you're looking at a highway with many that can take you into many different directions. You make your sandwiches right there because it's going to hold up just like real bread. And you notice he put a little agave in there, so you know it has a little bit of a kind of a sweet taste. Okay, just to make sure everybody was not falling asleep. What? Why did he put spring water in there? Why did he put spring water? Can anybody answer that one?
To make it rise. To make it rise up.
I tell you, man.
Yeah, to make it rise.
I tell you, my nation is a brilliant nation. Brilliant. Now, most of us use yeast. Yeast is terrible for your system. So there's your answer. When you want something to rise, you can use spring water. Anybody know anything else that you can use to make things rise in regards to food?
Baking soda.
Yes, that's another one. Anyone else? Anything else?
Sea moss.
There you go. Man, I tell you, I love my nation. I know my nation is mighty and powerful because my nation is learning, and they are learning one of the most important things, which is a nutrition. So I know they're going to be nutritionally sound because good nutrition affects your decision and the moves you make. Sea moss, that's the other thing you could have put in there to rise. If you want to rise things, put sea moss, or you can put spring water. I use a spring water as well as I interchange. Sometimes I put them together when I make my spelt pancakes. Makes them pop right up. That's a little trade secret right there. You want things to rise, especially that has to do with flour. You put your spring water in there, or you can use sea moss. Beautiful, beautiful. But that bread, oh man, you're gonna say, you really? You're gonna feel like you're getting away with something. I said, I can't believe this is actually good. Yes, it is. And then, as the high priest mentioned, top it off. You can put some of that butter, that avocado butter. Remember, you can also use hummus too, because that's your next option for butter. You can cook up your garbanzo beans, and you can put whatever flavor you want and make a spread with that. So you can also I'm gonna take you out far in the water now. You see, you can put, you see that fruit punch? What if we turn that into, we're gonna make that into a sea moss infusion. And we're gonna make that now it's a thick gel. We can put that as a spread on our bread like we have marmalade. So family, like I said, I just want to show you that you have options. None of us at this point should be deficient or be behind, lacking the amount of information that's out here in regards to eating correctly. Yes, you can eat right, and you can also eat like the flavor enjoyable and get that fullness of what we're used to. High priest, we can roll the next tape.
Righty.
Any questions? Sorry, high priest, before we go, any questions on that bread recipe? Because bread is a big piece, is a centerpiece in our nutrition, in our people's. Anybody any questions on that or any comments?
I'll post all the recipes.
Can we make some flavored bread, like adding raisins and cranberries and blueberries, loads of berries, dates, pumpkin seeds, flax seeds,
No.
on and on and on.
There it is right there. There it is right there. You have the most important part, which is the foundation. You can take it any direction you want to go. Make it fun. Yes, put some of those things in there. Put some of those sunflower seeds in there. Put some thyme, put some rosemary. You can take it whatever direction you want to go. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's your foundation. So you can never say, oh man, I can't eat no bread. You got your bread now. Now what? What? Yeah. Okay, high priest, we can go to the next.
Hi, welcome to Ice Conscious Kitchen. Today I'm making alkaline Jamaican jerk patties. And the items I'm using are currently on Dr. Sabi's nutritional guide, and they are mushrooms, green peppers, butternut squash, onions, cooked chickpeas, plum tomatoes, grapeseed oil, ginger, thyme, agave, allspice, cayenne, spelt flour, or you can use any other approved flour, sea salt, clove, and onion powder. So let's begin. The first step, we're going to take food processor. We're going to add 2 cups of mushrooms, 1 cup of butternut squash, 1 cup of cooked garbanzo beans, half a cup of green peppers, and a half a cup of onions, chopped onions. We're just going to pulse this a couple times so we don't have big chunks of vegetables. Now we're going to take our vegetable mixture and put it in a large mixing bowl. Then we're going to take our seasonings, 2 teaspoons of thyme, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of allspice, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of cayenne, 1/4 teaspoon of clove, And for sweetness, you want to add a little bit of agave. This is about 1 tablespoon. Then 1 plum tomato chopped up. We're going to blend this. Then we're going to let it sit while we're making our dough. Now we're going to prepare the dough. Take 1.5 cups of spelt flour. You can use any other approved flour. 1 teaspoon of sea salt. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. A pinch of ginger. And 1 tablespoon of grapeseed oil. Then we're going to add some warm spring water, about 1/4 cup at a time, till it forms into a ball. Make sure it's not too dry or too wet. If it's too wet, add more flour. As soon as it rolls into a ball, then you'll let it set for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now we're going to start rolling out the dough. Like flour our surface. This is a great idea. I got this from the dollar store. Just put the flour in it. So it's less mess. So I'm going to knead the dough a little bit. And then we're going to divide it. Get about 6 to 8 out of it. I'm gonna roll them into balls before we start rolling them out. Make sure when you roll them, you want to flip them. Make sure it's flour. The area is floured well so it doesn't stick so much. I'm going to make them about 6 to 7 inches diameter, like this. Now we're going to build the patties. We're going to coat the cookie sheet with a little bit of grapeseed oil. And we're going to take our dough, take our mix, about 1/2 cup of the mixture. Then we're going to take some aquafaba, or if you don't have aquafaba, you can use spring water. You're just going to wet up the edges, and this helps seal up the dough. Now I like to take my pastry cutter, and it would just seal up the edges perfect. So after I stuffed all the patties, I'm going to add a little oil on top of it so it doesn't get dried out. And if you don't have the pastry cutter, you can just use a fork just to crimp the edges. Then we're going to throw this in the oven at 350 degrees. So after 25 minutes, the patties are now done. So they're nice and brown. And we're going to let them cool down before we serve them. And there it is, alkaline Jamaican jerk patties. They look delicious. And they taste delicious. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.
All right. Well, family, this I know this one caught a lot of people up here by surprise. That surprise, yes, I went there. I went there.
Yeah.
Now, 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 let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. We all know the authenticity, okay, of the patty, and we enjoy our patty. But try this recipe. Am I saying it's better? No, I'm not. I'm saying it's actually pretty good. It's different, but it's really good. And it's very, very close to what we got. But guess what? You don't have that what they call it, that pig's grease that they use to make that Michelle, that Crisco and all of that. You see what I'm saying? This is actually really good, really, really tasty. You're going to be very surprised how good this tastes. The crust, of course, the crust is actually pretty good too, but it's not tasty. So don't go there. But for what it is, to make something natural, I mean something healthy, you can't beat this. You're gonna love it. And the good thing is, if you got children, you can make it with them. It'll be a really fun bonding time with the kids.
And I want to say that we can get creative with this. Because even I make my aki patty, trust me,
Oh,
and, my veggie patty with my cabbage and my green pepper, my corn inside the middle. Oh. And worse like how it's summertime now and the little man at home. I just say I put them inside the kitchen with me. Is a whole different teaching lesson. I love
yeah.
that.
So this is an excellent recipe. And guess what? You can wash that down with.
Yeah, and you know what?
The
I
juice.
fruit pod. I was saying that this morning I went to the store and I picked up some plantain. And I'm telling you, it's the plantain um sandwiches is one of my favorite. And I'm telling you, if you know to do plantain sandwich, trust me, your yes, your offsprings are going to love a plantain sandwich. You know, it'll be
Yeah.
great.
Plantain sandwich, yeah. And then you put avocado butter with that. Oh man, you're gone. You're gone. You're gone. But it's important to know how to make the healthy version of some of our favorite dishes that we grew up with, as kids and stuff like that. Here, it's about as close as you can get, and it's excellent for what it is, and it's guilt-free. That's the nice thing. You're gonna really love this one. Now, guess what, family? Okay, you see how everything ties together? That bread that we made before, right? Well, this is the sandwich right there.
Wow.
That's the cocoa bread. Let's put that right in the middle of that. That's the cocoa bread.
Cocoa bread and patty. Washing
Patty.
out juice.
Oh yeah, man. Then you're ready to go to sleep after that.
Yeah, man, wash it down with the spring water and the fruit juice.
Oh man, you're in heaven, man. I tell you with that. So family, it's win-win. It's win-win from here. You know what I'm saying? It's win-win. We have no excuse anymore. We cracked the code. So any questions on that patty recipe?
Could add some turmeric to give it color.
Somewhat?
Turmeric.
You can, like I said, but what you have there as a base, you're gonna love that flavor. It's full of flavor. It has a little bit of a bite to it, and it has those spices of which we're so used to that that clove. A lot of people don't know we use a lot of clove in our dishes. And you know, you have this taste and people trying to identify clove. It's clove. Yeah, it's a clove. Clove with that. It doesn't when you think about it, it doesn't make sense. But when you actually taste it, it makes a whole lot of sense. I like to use cloves, especially when I make like dishes, sauces with the coconut oil in there. I mean, excuse me, the coconut milk. Or I make a stew with the garbanzo beans and the coconut milk and the clove in there. That just takes it to that next level. But that's an excellent recipe. Now you can make the patties at home and you don't have to deal with the guilt. Okay, I'm priest. We can go to the next one, which is another good one. We can also make this with the family. And like I said, it's a nice little treat. And we will see the other applications after we explore this next recipe. High priest.
Yeah, hold on.
Crystal, are you giving your daughter some of that fruit punch? And we not get none? There you go. We not get none, do it.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready, High Priest?
Go ahead, High priest.
Hi, welcome to Ty's Conscious Kitchen. Today I'm making alkaline spring rolls using 2 different fillings. And the items I'm using are currently on Dr. Sabi's nutritional guide, and they are kale, red onions, and red peppers. That's the first filling I'm going to use. The second one is going to be avocado, red onions, green peppers, and lime juice. And for the spring roll, it's going to be spelt flour, grapeseed oil, onion powder, and sea salt. So let's begin. Now we're going to prepare the kale filling. We're going to have it on a medium heat. Add a little bit of grapeseed oil, probably like 2 teaspoons. We're going to add the 3 cups of kale, half a cup of sliced red onions, about half of a red pepper slice, thin slice, a teaspoon of onion powder, about a teaspoon of sea salt. We're just going to toss it for about 5 to 7 minutes. Until the vegetables get a little tender. Now we're going to prepare the avocado filling. We're going to cut the avocado in half. Twist it. Take a spoon, scoop it out. We're going to add a teaspoon of lime juice, 2 tablespoons of chopped green peppers, 2 tablespoons of chopped red onions, half a teaspoon of sea salt, and 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Pretty much going to mash it. Then it's nice and smooth. Now we're going to make the dough for the rolls. We're going to take 2 cups of spelt flour, a teaspoon of sea salt, and a teaspoon of onion powder. We're going to blend it for a few seconds. And then we're going to add a 1/3 cup of grapeseed oil slowly while blending. And then you're going to see like little small lumps. Then we're going to add about a half a cup of cold water. We're going to pour that in slowly. And you may need more until the dough becomes a ball, forms into a ball. There it is. Now we're going to roll it out. Now we have flour on our work area. We're going to kind of like knead the dough. We're going to divide it to probably like 4 or 5 sections. Going to make a ball out of it. Roll it. Get a little flour on the roller. We're going to roll it very thin. Probably like an 1/8 inch thick. And you want to try to make it probably about, I'm going to use this cutter here because you want to have like a square roll. Makes it easy to roll it up. And what I do, I take my little scraper. It's about 6 inches wide. I'm going to make a little square for it. So this little scraper I got it from the dollar store. So you can make the perfect square. And then what I do while I'm cutting them, I actually put them on parchment paper so it doesn't stick together. Now we're going to roll the spring rolls. What I'm going to do is take aquafaba, which is chickpea water or garbanzo bean water, or you can use spring water. And what it's going to do is going to bind it. So you just brush the edges. Because the aquafaba is like a egg substitute. So we're going to actually take the kale first with some of the peppers and the onions. Then we're going to show you how to roll it up. What you're going to do, you're going to take this, kind of like tuck the ingredients in, push it down, fold the edges over here, and then you just roll it up. Nice and tight. Give it a nice little firm. And there it is. You grab another one, brush the edges. And we're going to do it with the avocado mix. Probably like 2 tablespoons of the filling. You take the corner, tuck it in, push it a little bit so it can stick. Tuck each corner in, almost like an envelope, and just roll. We're going to coat our pan with grapeseed oil, about 1 to 2 tablespoons on a medium heat, high medium heat. What we're going to do, we're going to place the spring rolls. What we're going to do, we're going to cook them for about a minute on each side and flip them. We're going to actually flip them on all 4 sides. So we're going to flip it after about a minute. That's going to start browning. Now I'm going to turn it on the sides so you can cook all 4 sides of it. Kind of like push it down a little bit. They don't stand up. Now the spring rolls are done. Now we're going to see how the spring rolls turned out. There's the avocado. There's the kale. And these spring rolls go perfect with my orange ginger sauce that I made in a previous video. And there they are, alkaline spring rolls. They look delicious, they smell delicious, and they taste delicious. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.
Yes, I Chief. I Chief Gary. Seems as if he's been kicked out of the settings. I do hope he comes back. Um, of course, he was just teaching us some of the wealth and health, health and wellness things that he has to offer. I hope he gets a comeback. He was doing traveling. Any question? No. Okay. Dr. Judith, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
wanted to ask him if we could deep fry them.
Oh, if you could deep, I think you could deep fry them. Yes. Because it's all four side. It's just at the time you don't want the avocado to um break from its roll and then come out. And I don't know if when you deep fry the avocado, it will um frazzle out. He should come back in. If he does, we will have a chat with him. Dr. Judith, how you doing? Grand Rising. Uh, Dr. Judith had said something in the classroom, and I was trying to put it up on screen. I
Grand Rising.
trying to put it up on screen. Why am I echoing? Angela, let me mute you. Doctor, you can talk. Dr. Judith, can you talk? Said Grand
Yes.
Rising. Okay, okay.
Yes, I can.
All right. The concern
Yes, I can.
you're echoing back. Do you have me on a speaker? If it's on a
The
speaker,
concern I had was it wasn't a concern.
question. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, the concern what I was asking was about the affidavit
Uh-huh.
that was sent in that was in the group.
The
And I
age.
wanted to know what where it says state, what one would put in that space where it says state.
All right. I was born. You're a Jamaican national, right? You're a citizen of the state of Jamaica.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is an age of maturity where it can be sent to the courts. It can be sent to the precinct just to notify them. This in particular, the Secretary of State, when they get this, now this is a prime notification that you are not under their jurisdiction. Hold a minute, High Chief Gear is back. Sorry about that, High Chief Gear.
Yes, yes. So I know we went from spring roll to eating affidavit.
Oh,
Much of my appetite.
no, man, no.
You have to know how to cook it.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, family. Sorry, I just got kicked out there for a second. Yeah. So, Dr. McLaren, we're gonna get to the affidavit in a second. So whatever other questions you have for it, but I want to just wrap this part up. Okay, on the spring roll. Okay, all right. Question: what's the difference between a spring roll and a patty?
You fry the spring roll and you bake the patty.
Confirm. We had a question earlier if it could be deep fried.
Yeah, you can put that. I think you can put that in that, you know, those air fryers. Yeah, you can deep fry that, but you know, you're gonna get some more oil in there too. But because again, the oil that you use, and it's not something that we do it all that often, you can kind of get away with that in regards to that. But spring. Okay, next question. What's the difference between a muffin and a cake?
There's no difference.
The shape.
The size.
Same thing with a patty and a spring roll, more or less. It's the shape.
Mm.
The shape and your imagination, of course. Yeah. A few minor differences, but it's very, very similar. But it's good for the sake of variety. We need variety, you know, the food that we eat, because, you know, we want to take the monotony out of it. So we want to have different things that we can make and things that we were used to before. Okay, this is how we make it healthy, while at the same time we're getting that flavor of which we live for. We live for flavor, and that has been the thing. We live for flavor. So you're getting all of these things in one. So you got some options there. So we're at this point, we should have a nice library of things. Now, keep in mind, these dishes that we're making here, these are foundational. So after you master them, you can add other things and take it into other directions. Be creative with it. From that one foundational thing you make, you should be able to make 10 variables of that. And that applies for all the other things that you make. The CMOS, you have one foundational extract that you put in there. Now expand on that 10 times over. Be creative with it. And especially too, when it's seasonal time with certain fruits, try to eat those fruits as they thrive in that season. Yep. I look forward to that. You know, we're in mango season now. I'm killing the mangoes here. You know, so that's one of the things. So you got watermelon over there. I don't know if it's peaches and all that, but indulge in those seasonal fruits and things like that, and be creative with those. Make your juices out of them. Apple time, make apple juices. Put some lime in it.
Mm-hmm. Ginger.
See what I'm saying? Get creative. All right. Any questions on the spring rolls? They can be eaten in summer too. You know, so just to let you know. Any questions on those spring rolls?
You can also add date sugar to the flour mix and put
absolutely.
fruit inside instead of just vegetables, and make like a simple dessert.
Absolutely. That you can use. Do you remember, Chief, you're talking about the plantain? You remember plantain tart?
Mm-hmm.
Plantain tarts?
Yep.
Well, that same patty recipe, you can make the plantain, make the filling for that. You can change the filling instead of what that recipe that our good brother Ty used. You can use a plantain. You can make plantain tart. Now you can make it healthy.
Yep.
So be creative. I got people over here, family. They made a pizza out of plantain.
Oh yeah. Hey, listen. You live in the plantain capital, you know. Next to Panama, only Puerto Rico alone can come to plantain.
Oh man, it's giving away the plantain. They're fat enough.
Yeah.
$5 for $1. 5, 6 for $1.
Wow.
You know, so we have restaurants here that make there's something called patacones, where they make it like a cup, where it's crispy, and then they put like chopped vegetables inside. Ooh, oh man, You don't wanna enter that conversation.
6 planting for $1.
Yes.
6 planting for $1.
It went to two for £2 or 3 for £2.
Well, Angela, sister, get that Starliner rolling, and just pull up. We'll pull it up and Chiquita banana. We got tons of it.
Gosh.
All right. Teacher, you're up with your subject. It's 30 minutes after the hour.
Correct.
Is there any question in the classroom that is up? I just answered the doctor. Is there any question on the chalkboard that anyone needs some answers about? Yes,
Yeah.
not. Go ahead.
How to get the post box again?
How to become a postmaster general or how to register for the postmaster.
I think she said how to get the post box. You gotta go to the post office itself and ask for the paper.
Run that again, Akeem.
How to get the post box?
No. Akeem gave you the answer a while ago.
Okay.
I was saying to you, you need to go to the post office itself and ask for a box. It's different sizes depending on the packages, and you could pay for it anywhere from 3 months or 6 months out to a year. It's up to you how you want to pay for the services, and
And
you can set up your company to deliver a package to it once you do that.
now there are several different post box. You have digital post box. You have physical post box. Now, if you're going to get a physical post box, you will want a physical address. But I think there's a Gmail setup of a digital post box, and you can do that too. Where
Yeah, but guys, with the post office, you can actually have a physical address at the post office with a PO box.
you can use the post office address.
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna set it up. So my package that I was trying to get through the post office was supposed to be coming to my PO box, that address. That's how I was setting it up.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Yes.
Any more
Over
questions?
here, that's what they use. They don't deliver mail to your house. We use mailboxes here.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Good.
And you know that a lot of things can that we say your business estate can be at that address. You know that, right?
And it should be.
It
It
should
should
be.
be.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You're not supposed to be collecting physical address at your location where your body resides. Put you in, it can put you in a lot of predicament.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Put it out at sea.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason.
But
That's the whole reason I set up a PO box because you don't want a conflict of interest when we start running business.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
yo, I'm proud of you. See? My God, I'm proud of you.
Tell him, man, and people are easy,
I'm proud of you. Look, but we have come a long way.
But
And we still have longer way.
Yes. Yes. But let's, Dr. McLaren, you were saying about the affidavit.
She was just asking that I send her the
Okay. All right.
pull out. So there's a part there when or the pulling out, it says I, John Doe, born on such and such a date, a national citizen. Notice a national citizen of national citizen. Notice a national citizen of
National citizen.
Doctor, you want to say something? Doctor, you want to say something?
I apologize.
That's
My
what.
mic was open and I was repeating what you said. Sorry.
All right, all right. You want to say something to High Chief? I was just explaining here, but
What you said. Sorry.
all right, all right.
Okay, yes, family. So, if anybody is not any more questions on regards to these other recipes, you got your bread now. I know you're contemplating what you're gonna put on it, but you got your foundation back. So you didn't lose your bread, you didn't lose your patty. You gained back a lot more, and your juices and all that. So your family should be eating healthy. The kids, you should not be missing a beat, because here's the good thing is those dishes, your kids are gonna love them too. That's the great thing about these dishes. The kids will love it too. So it's not like you have to cook something or make something different from the kids. It's a family affair. Big up the slice stone. It's a family affair. All right, family.
All
So
right. Before you can wrap up, I think here. Just going to.
yes, I just wanted to ask anybody any questions or comments on any of these dishes and recipes.
Okay.
All right. High priest.
Yeah. All right. As to let me see. And just put a mute on your mic while I go over this. Now, this is the after Davis of maturity, and everybody had write it up already. This is supposed to be a notification to the principals, as it states. I, John Doe, born on the date, a national citizen of the state of, whether you're born with any one of the portal that you come through, Jamaica, America, Canada, do hereby declare and affirm the following. I am of legal age, having reached the age of maturity in accordance with the laws of the state of. So anywhere you reside now, that is where you're going to put it. I acknowledge and understand my inalienable rights as an individual, all of which are reserved. All of your rights are reserved to you and you alone. I explicitly state that I do not enter into any contractual agreement with the corporation of the United States, whether known or unknown. So this is 1 year for the Secretary of State here, especially in the United States. I solemnly affirm the truth and occurrence of the above statements to the best of my knowledge and belief. Representative of your estate, which is your name, then you put your autograph, your date. Now, my brothers and sisters, remember how you sign your name with your colon at the front, name, dash. You can put your given name by your parent, which is your middle name and your first name, dash your clan name, and then your colon. That is how you sign your name. You date it, do a short version for the newspaper without autograph and date can also be added. All right. You will receive an affidavit receipt from the newspaper after 3 to 4 weeks. An additional layer complete affidavit onliner and bond paper and have it notarized. What kind of paper we use again? Bond paper, line,
Party, party,
Paper.
party.
or linen. So linen is a very traditional sitting, but people now use linen again. I remember when my ancestors them dressing up, a two thing alone them dressing in a crocus bag and linen. But those are royal traditional clothes. Crocus bag and linen. No joke thing around here. All right, so that's one of the affidavits that you need to have put forward, where this is to notify people in your area, the governor's office, the precinct, yeah, with the police them hang out them for habitat file. If you send it also to your county clerk, I mean, so when you go court and judge, when you draw for your receipt. And also, one of the best thing you can do with this is post it to yourself, because message to principal is message to agent. The post office is above the government. Any other government you have out there, the post office is over them. So if you do this and post it back to yourself with a seal, yes, it can be used in court as a record. All right?
You put the seal on the envelope or on the document itself.
On the document.
Thank you.
You're going to post it back to yourself. But there's going to be a date on it because the post office. Right? What kind of mail we do again, people?
General.
General.
Certified.
Certified mail.
Queen.
Not Gmail, but certified.
No. Which one of the post office then we deal with, people?
General.
General.
No, we don't want to deal with DHL. Any one of them, because they're going to put our third party. We're dealing with the general post office. That become to deal with the stamp them too. All right, so that is where all records are kept at the post office. So some of these affidavits have to be sent to the post office in care of you, the living man, because you are the estate. And then you keep these things in your file for when Officer Nibbles and the stake come down. These are like nails, sharp object, it hurt them. Aye! And step on it, juke them. Small as they look, they hurt. So, yeah, thank you so much for coming to class today. Once again, let me just say that yesterday we had an initiative for Brother Michael, and we are still. I want you all to call upon the ancestors, them that them strengthen me personally. I'm gonna do a libation on a table. You know, so well, yo, this 90 days must be cut down. The person who make this decision must be put out of their misery. We are getting at their spirit, a bus of coconut. Them can't go around our thing. Because the heavy science we are dealing with. No matter what them are dealing with, we're still a burn our fire. See? So we have the administrative part of reaching out to them, but spiritually too, we have to reach out to them because Ambassador Michael is a good youth. So we will send some duppy over there, so. And although them lock him up in there, so a whole heap of people are gonna know about Nyankopong by the time he come out. Sorry for them. Sorry for them. Yeah. So if a money him need, we're gonna make it reach him and we're gonna system him all right, even in the worst place, him still gonna be an ambassador. This morning when we asked the house person where look over our brother, but I don't have any ambassador here because our brain mash up. And she feel guilty to know that she would be a part of this nastiness. We have a big ambassador. So tomorrow we are called back again and ask to speak with Ambassador Michael. I'm going to make them call him ambassador in there because that is how we go and ask for him.
Yes.
Ambassador Michael.
Yes. Because even when he produces documents in the court, right?
Yeah.
That is recorded with video cameras, and I'm sure it's recorded verbally, as well as a stenographer who is a court reporter has that written. So if them put anything other than that, that is perjury.
Yeah, them can't go around the powers. The ancestors' powers now give them a chance to go around our thing set in stone. But as I said, they are at the back of the sweet of the victory, you know. Sometimes our brothers and sisters, when Marcus was going through his trial and tribulation, a whole heap of time he said, Father God, can't bother with this, you know. But you see, as we said, many are called, chosen are few. And when we choose to do this, we know some of the headache, some of the sleepless night, some of the challenges that we're going through it. But we choose to go through with it. So we have to bear it. And when we bear it, we just know, say, yo, at least the next generation don't have to come go through them ignorance. Yeah. The ignorant, a height of ignorance. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But we shall be the sign of
We
the victor.
shall be.
We shall
We
be.
shall have it.
We
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 shall
shall
be.
have
shall
it.
be and we shall have it.
We shall have it.
The world is a troubled place. We must find time to save the human race. Love, unity, and empathy has no place among the human race. In this transition, when we live in love and harmony and show respect with unity, only love can set
And
us
let us
free
be.
to fight injustice wherever it be. Just said the hungry
Hungry
must be
shall be.
fed, but man can't live by only bread.
Yeah.
We have the future in our hands. Let's take the track to the
To the
promised
promise.
land. Jamaica, Ethiopia, America,
Ah, donkey.
calling, Nyankopong,
Bye, Donkey.
Nyankopong, Nyankopong, Nyankopong. From the middle of the graveyard to the center of the sea, our ancestors are you and me. We are the great ones. From the beginning of time, we have the heart, the soul, the body, and the mind. Calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling. United we stand, divided we fall. All for one and one for all. Some never know themselves until them back against the wall. Jamaica, hey.
Yeah. Until tomorrow, my brothers and sisters. We shall be.